Alright everybody, in today's video, since you all really enjoyed when we did the current Asia Best 11, I thought let's do an all-time Asia Best 11. So if you're a big fan of Asian football, but more specifically the Iranian national team, this is the channel that you need to be at, so make sure to subscribe. By the way guys, before we get into this video, in the coming days, probably when you guys are watching this video, I am heading to Europe. Gonna hopefully go see Ajax, Heerenveen, and Chelsea play. If you guys want to follow along on this trip that I'm going on, maybe see some behind the scenes, some of the things that I'm going to be doing, some of those football experiences, make sure to go follow me on Twitter or Instagram. Probably Instagram would be the best place to go to for that. There's always a link down in the description, and as well I put my ads up right here for you guys if you want to just search it up from there. So yeah, make sure to go do that, and let's get back into the video. So same thing as last time. If you guys missed that video, we're gonna be building an XI, but this time of all-time Asian footballers. Same formation as well, so we're rocking the 4-3-3. We're gonna start from goalkeeper all the way up to striker. And of course, you guys gotta let me know your thoughts in the comments down below if you agree or disagree with me with any of the players that I included in this video. And there's a very high chance you all will probably disagree with mostly everybody I say, but that's the beauty of it. So first and foremost, the goalkeeping position. There isn't really that many great options, but I think a pretty simple and easy, straightforward choice you gotta go with is Nasser Hejazi. He's one of, if not the greatest goalkeeper in Iranian national team history, and for all of you that may not know, nearly joined Manchester United if it wasn't for the Iranian Revolution. So I'm gonna stick him in as my goalkeeper. Another shout that could have been said for this position is Al Daei, but of course I have to use my Iranian bias, so we're gonna go with Hejazi. Moving on to the right back position, I think it's pretty obvious who we have to stick in here. It's gotta be Mehdi Matakia. I don't think there's anybody that is even close to lacing Matakia's boots in this position as the right back. Dude was an absolute beast, a legend in German football, scored the winning goal for Iran in the '98 World Cup against the USA, which ended up being Iran's first ever World Cup win. Dude is an absolute goated right back. So it was a super easy pick there. Moving on to the left back position, it's so simple again, you gotta go with Nagatomo. The guy was a beast in Europe, was a beast for the Japanese national team, played left back, left mid, super easy yet again for that position. We're slotting him right in. But now moving on to the center backs, a little bit of a difficult two spots to pick from. For the first one, we gotta go with Maya Yoshida. Might be a slightly controversial pick because he wasn't necessarily uber duper successful for Japan, but he is their captain, was there for a long time, is a leader for the Japanese national team. For me, I think it's a pretty easy shoo-in, but I know a lot of people might not think it's the right choice to go with him, but I'm gonna stick him in. Then for the other center back, it is the current South Korean manager, Myung-bo. The dude was an absolute beast for the Korean national team, won 2 titles in the K-League, arguably is the greatest defender in Asian football history, so he was an easy shoo-in for the other center back spot. And I think a pairing with him and Yoshida is indestructible. Would have pocketed prime R9 and prime Messi if they went up against them. Don't quote me on that though. Now moving on to the 2 center mids. First one, easy, Karim Bokhari, the all-time leading goal scorer in the CDM spot. I needed a proper defensive box-to-box midfielder who can complement my more offensive midfielders. Yes, Bokhari wasn't necessarily successful in Europe, unlike many other Japanese or South Korean midfielders that have played and had success in the top European leagues, but his accolades speak for itself. When it comes to a proper CDM center midfielder that you want to destroy and break up play, there's no one better than Bokhari. And as well, he's the all-time leading goal scorer in that position. My guy could absolutely ping one from distance if it had to be the case. So that was a non-negotiable for me. For the other center mid, it is so simple. Ji-sung Park. Get that man in my midfield. The dude was an absolute beast for Manchester United. Sir Alex Ferguson had nothing but good things to say about him during his time when he was able to coach him at Manchester United. He was an unsung hero for that club's success during that period, and honestly is not really a much spoken about South Korean footballer because of a certain one we're about to talk about in one of the attacking positions. Then finally we have the attacking midfielder, and who better to put in than Nakamura. Arguably Japan's greatest ever player, had great success in Europe. You have to stick him in this team. I know another shout or argument you could say is Shinji Kagawa, but I think Nakamura's longevity and being the first to do it has to pip him a little bit above Kagawa. But if you want to argue, you want to put Kagawa in over Nakamura, that's fine as well. But for my team, I'm definitely sticking in Nakamura. Moving on to the left winger position, there is no shadow of a doubt. You got to include the man that I was just alluding to, Heung-min's son. Some people would say he's the greatest ever Asian footballer. I don't think so, but I could see the argument. For everybody watching, unlike with many of the other players that I've brought up, Son is a current footballer playing for Tottenham, so you all have probably watched him. He isn't an old head and unk like all the other guys I've talked about. Might go down as one of the greatest ever wingers in Premier League history. Could be one of, if not Tottenham's greatest ever player. Sadly, just hasn't won any trophies, but is probably the most successful Asian player in the Premier League. That I think we all can agree on. Moving on to right winger, you gotta go with Bum-kun. Many of you might not know who this is, and I'm not gonna lie to you all, I didn't know who he was before recording this video. But after doing a lot of research, you could essentially call him the Son before Son existed. My guy was a beast in Europe. If you needed assists from a winger, this was the guy that would get you those assists. When you look at his stats, the guy was an assist machine and had great success in Europe. And when you read about the accolades and how highly he was praised in Asian football back in the day, it was a no-brainer he had to be our right winger. And then finally, for the striker position, is there any introduction? He was the record all-time leading goal scorer in international football till those guys Messi and Ronaldo just decided to walk up and take that away from us. And yes, I'm still bitter about it. It is Ali Daei. Of course, if you're going to talk about an all-time XI and you're going to talk about forwards in Asian football history, Ali Daei is on top of that list. He was the cornerstone of Iranian football. He was the guy that was doing it in Europe before anyone else was doing it, winning titles for Bayern Munich, banging in goals for Iran. Unfortunately, never was able to get a goal in a World Cup, but no career is absolutely picture perfect. And there's no question, if you want a striker on your team from Asia that you can hand pick out for the striker position, it's gotta be Ali Daei. So this is the XI that I went with that you guys are seeing on the screen. Is there any players that I missed that I should have included? Are there some players that shouldn't be in this XI? Gotta let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As I've already said, if you're a big fan of Asian football, this is the channel that you need to be at, so make sure to subscribe. Make sure to smash the like button on today's video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to check out this video next where I graded the most expensive Asian football transfers. And then click here because we post content daily, so you don't want to miss it. So make sure to subscribe. So boys and girls, I hope you'll have a lovely day.